On this all-new episode of Nightlife, put on your fanciest attire as we head to the annual VGK Gala to celebrate a night of fundraising.
Keegan Coldesar is a sharp-dressed man. You know Jack's always sharp. Zach Whitecloud. I'll put those in the top three, just as a guess.
And we sit down with Jack Eichel shortly after signing his contract extension to remain in the Valley.
I've found that, that you can't put a price on happiness, and I really just love it here. I love living in this community, and we're always going to try and be competitive and win. And as a player, there's not much more you can ask for.
Plus, all of the action from the matchup against the Detroit Red Wings.
Second chance from Son. Rebound score! Ivan Barbashev buries the rebound. And the Golden Knights on the board first.
All of that and more this week on Nightlife. Welcome into this all-new episode of Nightlife. Each year, the Golden Knights organization hosts a Golden Night, the annual VGK Gala that raises funds for the VGK Foundation. This year, the event took place at Live Nightclub inside the Fountain Blue, and what an event it was.
It's our largest fundraiser of the year. We love to see everyone in their fun Golden Night attire, and we're just here excited, hoping to raise close to $1 million. The entire team, organization, it's great to get the support.
It's always been a great event. We always have a lot of fun, meet some interesting people. I know the guys enjoy it. They get to get their wives dressed up and girlfriends, get out and have a night in the town, and they're doing it for a good cause. So we appreciate all the support we get for this. I'm sure everyone involved with the foundation does.
Yeah, it's great. I think you always look forward to a night like this where you can give back to the community that supports you for 41 plus more games. Obviously, all of them really, but you hear them really loud in our home building. So, yeah, it's always a lot of fun to give back to your community.
They love the community. They love giving back. They love our fans. I'm biased, but these guys are great. They do so much for the community, and they love this night too because they're off the ice and they get to be people.
Player-coach thing is always business, and then it's pleasure a little bit. So it's good to do both. We get to see a different side of the players. They see a different side of the staff. So those are fun evenings.
All right. Good evening. Everyone having a good time so far? Hi again, everyone. Dave Goucher, Shane Knighty, your TV team for the Vegas Golden Knights. And great to be back here at Fountain Blue and the Live Nightclub for what is just such a special night and a special occasion on the Golden Knights calendar.
I don't know if you've seen all the guys yet. Who do you anticipate to be the best dressed?
Keegan Coldesar is a sharp-dressed man. You know Jack's always sharp. Zach Whitecloud. I'll put those in the top three, just as a guess.
I think you just appreciate that. The goal is to raise $1 million tonight. Hopefully we can achieve that and help this community out.
We thought it was a great venue. People raved about it. They're great partners of ours. The food is great, and it's just a great setup.
I appreciate people that come out and support and give back. So I'm always happy to do them, be a part, play a small part, whatever I can do to help. I think it's a great spot as well, a great night out.
A golden... The Golden Knights, as an entire organization, place a huge emphasis on being part of the community. Jack Eichel, in particular, has had a tremendous impact on the Valley since joining the Knights, and he is now here to stay after signing an 8-year extension. Dave Goucher sat down with Jack to talk about his commitment to Las Vegas.
Off the ice, you made a commitment recently to stay here for a lot of years and sign a lengthy extension with the Golden Knights. It's hard to believe that your trade here is coming up on 4 years here soon. What made this for you and your family the place you wanted to be for the long time down the road?
I think there was a lot of factors in it. First and foremost, I just think the people that are inside this building make it a great place to come every day, and I think that there's so much to that, and being happy and really enjoying coming to the rink and representing the organization and being around, the group of guys we have in the locker room and our staff here at the arena. Our training staff, equipment guys, strength guys, everyone. Even our great media staff. I found that you can't put a price on happiness, and I really just love it here. I love living in this community, and I think when you look at the organization from an on-ice standpoint, we're always going to try and be competitive and win. And as a player, there's not much more you can ask for. So I think my commitment here is just the fact that I'm very happy, and this is an incredible place to play hockey, and my family's happy here. So it was an easy decision.
What's your day-to-day like? You mentioned the community, Jack, and it's such a special place. You would be certainly one of the most recognizable people in our community. What's it like for you day to day? Are you able to kind of get around and do your thing? What's it like for you?
It's great.
Yeah.
I think the community of people in Vegas is so respectful, and take so much pride in our team and our organization, and they love the Knights and support us every night at T-Mobile and support us away from the arena and our endeavors. And when you're out and about and you run into somebody who recognizes you, I find that people here are very respectful and always so kind, and I can really appreciate that.
Your decision to get involved in the community, and I want to get into your, some of your best buddies' work, and I think it was your sister that kind of encouraged you to get involved. A lot of players play and they have great careers and they kind of keep to themselves, and that's certainly fine. But you've decided not to do that. Where did that click into your head that you'd like to be more involved than just a player on the ice?
I think when I was young, when my career started in Buffalo, just seeing the impact that you can have on people, however that impact is, whether it's just a small interaction or having larger things that you're doing to help raise money or awareness or whatever it is. I think just knowing that the impact us as athletes and with our image and what that means to a community and the way that people look at us, it's such a great opportunity to have positive impact and make people's lives better. And so when I was younger in my career, I always felt like that was something that I wanted to do. And since moving here to Vegas, I can really give Kim Frank a ton of credit. She's the head of the VGK Foundation, and she's so instrumental to all the work I do in the community and helps me with whatever I'm trying to do. And yeah, whether it's best buddies, whether it's whatever it is, really, I feel really fortunate to have the ability to make the impact. So I feel like it's my duty to do so.
Time for our first break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, we continue our conversation with Jack about his involvement inside the Las Vegas community.
And I try and put a lot of things in perspective. When you're having these interactions with people, whatever it is, whether it's you're doing some sort of charitable work or you're just at the grocery store and you're running into someone who happens to be a fan, it's really easy for you to take a little extra time and be a little more personable and make that moment that much more memorable for the person that you're interacting with.
Keep it locked. Nightlife on Scripps Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Nightlife. We rejoin our conversation with Dave Goucher and Jack Eichel.
I always wonder when somebody, a player of your caliber, when you take some time to visit with youngsters, whatever that might be, I'm sure it makes their day, it might make their life, but there's a part of me that thinks you would get almost just as much out of it as
Yeah.
they do.
No, I find I do. It's funny you say that. Like, you know, we've been doing the, you know, 2 tickets we give away to best buddies, you know, every game, and you know, I have a meet and greet after, and you know, it's private. And oh, you want a picture?
Yep.
How are you?
Good.
Nice to meet you. Whether the game was good, bad, you know, indifferent, I find that they're so excited for that interaction and that moment where they get to, you know, spend time with you, and really makes you forget about whatever happened.
Thanks so much for coming.
Puts a lot of things in perspective, and I do feel like I get so much out of it as well, and as much as I try and give back, I feel like I'm also, you know, getting, you know, just such a warm feeling from having that, you know, that moment. So yeah, it is definitely special, and it makes you feel good about what you're doing, right? Giving back, but at the same time, you're getting a, you know, a nice feeling as well.
Did you have any similar experiences in reverse when you were a younger kid growing up in Massachusetts, where you met people you looked up to and said, wow, this is pretty cool to say the least?
Yeah, I'm sure there were plenty of moments back in Massachusetts, you know, in Boston, where, you know, I had the opportunity, whether it was to be around people that I really looked up to, or meet someone, or some of the role models I had when I was younger, and you know, people that helped shape me into the person I am. So, and I try and put a lot of things in perspective. When you're having these interactions with people, whatever it is, whether it's, you know, you're doing some sort of charitable work, or you're just at the grocery store and you're running into someone who happens to be a fan, it's really easy for you to take a little extra time and be a little more personable, and make that moment that much more, you know, that experience that much more memorable for the person that you're interacting with. And you know, it doesn't take much for us, but for whoever you're interacting with at the time, that could be, you know, a really special moment for them. So, you know, I know if I were a kid in that situation and I had the opportunity to meet somebody that, you know, I truly looked up to, you know, I would, you know, cherish that. And, you know, you want to be able to give that person, you know, experience that they'll be able to cherish.
And tell me about your involvement in the charity softball game in the summer, how that came about, and what kind of kick do you get out of being able to be involved in that?
Well, it started, you know, the first off season with the Knights. Riley was the captain, and he had asked me to play in the game, and you know, we were all going to be out here for Carly's wedding, and so it was a no-brainer. Was really just blown away by the first class event. I mean, I thought everything was done so well. It was really enjoyable. The community obviously comes out and supports it, and I think that's what makes it, you know, what it is. You know, none of it would be possible if we didn't have all these great fans that come support us and the Raiders. I really enjoyed playing. I love softball. I loved baseball when I was a kid. So, you know, and then the following year, you know, as Riley, you know, moved on, he had asked me if I would take it over, and it was something that, you know, it seemed like kind of a no-brainer for me, what we were playing for, the causes that, you know, we're benefiting, and it just made a lot of sense, and it's a really great event. You know, the guys from the agency do a great job, and, you know, we're really thankful that the Raiders come play every year. We're thankful that we have, you know, the incredible community of fans that we do, that come watch a bunch of hockey players and football players play softball, and, you know, make a lot of errors and strike out, and but you talk to people, like, people are excited for that event, you know, and they look forward to it every year. And I think as us players that are involved in it, we look forward to it, and yeah, so it's been a really great success, and I really enjoy doing it.
Time for a short break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, Jack Eichel is setting the NHL on fire.
Driving wide on Fensori, drags it around the net, centered, and Eichel scores! What a setup by Ivan Barbashev to Jack Eichel to give the Golden Knights a little more breathing room.
We talk a little hockey next, right here on Scripps Sports. Welcome back to Nightlife.
Sets up Barbashev just out of the ice. Barbashev cuts his way into the zone. Hand off Marner. Now Eichel shoots. He scores! Jack Eichel puts the Knights on top 4-3.
Eichel trying to get a step, and alone he scores! Jack Eichel with just under 5 minutes left gives the Golden Knights the lead. Driving wide on Fensori, drags it around the net, centered and Eichel scores! What a setup by Ivan Barbashev to Jack Eichel to give the Golden Knights a little more breathing room.
Can we just get this over with? Jack Eichel's one of the 5 best players in the National Hockey League.
Jack Eichel isn't just a star off the ice, he's also a star on it. Number 9 has set the hockey world on fire to start the season and was recently named the NHL's #1 star for the month of October. Dave and Jack talked about the forward's electric start to the season.
Jack, you and the team off to a real good start as we sit here, and for you the best start of your career. What do you attribute it to for you personally so far?
I don't know if there's anything specific to attribute it to. You know, the team's been playing well. Playing with good players, been a factor of that. The power play's been good at times as well. So, you know, in my own process, just trying to stay consistent and put the work in every day. And, you know, I think when you do that, you tend to see results.
Can you tell and can you feel it early in games when you're going? Or conversely, when you think it might be one of those nights I'm going to have to fight my way through to get to where I want to go?
Yeah, well, I think that's part of, you know, growing up, maturing, and being a pro. Knowing that over the course of an 82-game season, you know, every night you step on the ice, you're not going to feel your exact best. And, you know, those nights where you do feel really good and, you know, the puck's finding you, obviously you want to try and make as much of an impact on the game as you can. And then the nights where, you know, maybe you're battling a little more and you don't feel great. Maybe it's, you know, it's been a long week and, you know, you don't have your legs and you're a little more fatigued. Those are the nights where you really have to dig in and, you know, do whatever you can to help the team and have a positive impact on the game as well. So I think that's part of maturing as a player and something I've tried to learn over my career.
You've been off to a great start, and other players around the league. You lead the league in scoring, but there have been some other players that have had great starts too. When you go home, do you watch some other guys around the league? Do you want to see what some of the other best players are doing?
I tend to grab some highlights. I find, you know, here in Vegas, you know, with the fact that a lot of games start at 4, usually I'm still doing stuff during my day then. And but I watch hockey. I mean, I love it. I feel like I've always watched hockey my whole life, and there's definitely players around the league that I like to watch, and I think you can learn stuff from watching it. And, you know, that's kind of the way I look at it, just as a fan of the game. And if I don't catch, you know, a game, you know, try and catch highlights as well. So, you know, I think that's part of it.
Who do you try to watch the most?
I mean, probably all the same guys that you would, you know, think of. You know, guys that, you know, constantly produce, guys that I admire their game and the way they play. There's so many around the league. I think that, you know, it's great. The NHL has, you know, so many great players performing well right now. And, you know, if you can learn a thing or two from other guys, I think that's always beneficial.
Well, Jack, thanks for this. We always appreciate the time. Continued success to you.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Time for our final break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, we relive the tough battle against the Detroit Red Wings.
Back through center ice, Appleton has DeBrincat. DeBrincat trying to break, and a save, Schmidt! And he stopped the rebound too! A couple of glove saves by Akira Schmidt.
Keep it locked. Nightlife on Scripps Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Nightlife. After a few days off and a wonderful night out, the VGK players look to lock back in with the Detroit Red Wings in town.
Golden Knights continuing the homestand here against Detroit tonight, Shane. They're going to see a lot of the East here over the next little while. And we're underway from the Fortress. Lead pass Marner to Hurdle. Back to Marner on the give and go. Pulls up against Appleton. Little short feed to Hannafin. Centers it towards the net. Gibson squeezes.
It's nice to be back in the lineup with the guys, and you know it's tough, you know, watching and not being a part of it. So it's good to be back and try to keep it, you know, simple early.
Eichel into the offensive zone, and a feed in the middle block comes right back to him. Out high, Lozon a drive. That's blocked down low by Edmondson. Second chance from Son. Rebound, score! Ivan Barbashev buries the rebound. And the Golden Knights on the board first.
But great job by Saad. Puck recovery, just get it to the net, and then Barbashev right there, parked on top of the crease, able to grab that rebound with a backhand, and he just shuffles it past the blocker side as Ivan Barbashev breaks the ice, gives the Golden Knights the lead with his 4th of the season.
I think getting shots, but also quality shots. I think finding the middle of the ice a little bit more, and pucks seem to bounce there and find my tape. So a little bit of that, a little bit of just more of an aggressive mentality.
Back through center ice, Appleton has DeBrincat. DeBrincat trying to break, and a save, Schmidt! And he stopped the rebound too! A couple of glove saves by Akira Schmidt.
He shot it very hard, just popped off my glove right back at me, and I was just, throwing my hand up and hoping I'm going to get it.
And Marner swings it back the other way for Korczak. Jams it up the boards. Carlson to let it redirect. Marner with Howden. Up ice for Vegas. Lauzon joining the rush. Lauzon with a rush shot, scores! Detroit is challenging the play for offside.
We've seen this before. You have to have control, possession of that puck, and I think Howden just lost it.
It was determined the play was offside at 4:57. No goal.
Penny throws it down the boards, and that'll do it. It's a 1-0 Golden Knights win, and Akira Schmidt has his first shutout in a Vegas uniform.
He played unbelievable. He's been great, the whole year since camp. So it's when you lose a guy like Hiller out for like an injury like that, it's huge to have these guys step up, and he played awesome tonight. Super happy that he was able to get the shutout.
That does it for this episode of Nightlife. Make sure to tune in next week for more exclusive content of your VGK. Until then, Knights fans, we bid you adieu.